Suddenly, his wife and child were dead. The feud was about to begin.
Hound this Wales to kingdom come.
Because of what you did here today, I've got to kill that man.
Well, he'll have to run for it now. And hell is where he's headed.
Clint Eastwood is the outlaw Josey Wales.
Well, not a hard man to track. Leaves dead men wherever he goes. Get out of the way, woman!
If I get to liking someone, they ain't around long.
I notice when you get to disliking someone, they ain't around for long either.
Well, the one that everyone's so scared of, Al. Yeah.
We got the Josey Wales, Abe. We got reward money coming.
You're wanted, Wales.
You a bounty hunter?
Man, he's got to do something for a living these days.
Dying ain't much of a living, boy.
He was out for revenge, and they were out for his blood. And when you're an outlaw, there's no turning back.
You're all alone now, Wales.
Not quite alone.
He lives by the gun. He lives by his word. And he lives for revenge. He's an army of one. Clint Eastwood is the outlaw Josey Wales.
The outlaw Josey Wales. A Missouri farmer joins a Confederate guerrilla unit and winds up on the run from the Union soldiers who murdered his family and burned down his house. Clint Eastwood stars as Josey Wales, and he directs the movie. 72 acting credits, I've seen most. Throwing 53 as a producer and 45 as a director, and Clint's been a busy boy. He'll turn 93 this year in May. Personally, I use Clint for my logo. Here's a couple examples. I'm not going to list all of his movies right now. There'll be a few more episodes about Clint where we'll get into them. For now, let's just say he's Dirty Harry Callahan in all 5 Dirty Harry movies, but believe it or not, he was not the top choice for the part. Not even the second or the third choice. I'll cover that in another episode. Introducing Sandra Locke. 30 acting credits, including several with Clint. This was the first, and this was where they hooked up for the first time, and thus began an interesting sexual relationship that lasted for 14 years before a dramatic breakup with all sorts of implications and ramifications. And yes, we'll cover all that in a subsequent episode. Here's a shot of her from the 1980 movie Bronco Billy, also with Clint. Here's Chief Dan George, 32 credits. Here he is in Little Big Man, a 1970 off-the-wall Cowboys and Indians film with Dustin Hoffman and Faye Dunaway. I watched it many times and came away with 2 memorable quotes, both about female members of the Snake Indian tribe. A couple of my buddies use this first one all the time. I like snake women. They are very enthusiastic when mounted properly. And the only trouble with snake women is they copulate with horses. And Chief Dan was a real Indian chief from a Canadian tribe in Vancouver, Canada. John Vernon racked up an amazing 212 acting credits. I didn't recognize his name, but I recognized his face and looked him up. And here he is in 1971's Dirty Harry. He plays the mayor. Will Sampson makes an appearance. If the name doesn't ring a bell, try Chief from Cuckoo's Nest. Here he is holding the basketball behind Jack Nicholson. That's it for the cast. Not a bad movie. If you haven't seen it, or haven't seen it in years, check it out. Available at Amazon. Also available at Amazon, all of my books, including the classic outlaw biker saga, Born to be Wild. True story. Warner Books published Born to be Wild 30 years ago, and it's still selling. So, thanks for stopping in today. See you. And that's a wrap.